So I just want to dive into the very important key, the inability to forgive. We can hold ourselves back. That's a really big thing that I think takes up a lot of mental space, and it can hinder us when we embark on new things in life and we have this resentment or this whatever inside. I think this is something that can really be a major deterrent from us being successful in different areas of life, not even financially, just having a happy, fulfilling life. You know, we can almost be stifled or stuck because of an injustice or something that was done to us out of our control. But now I have a reservation when it comes to fully embracing something, or I have a gripe, or I have a resistance when it comes to moving into a new space, or, you know, because so-and-so did such and such, and I can't let that go, and I won't let it go. And it's like that type of demeanor can do us a lot more harm than good. And I know the good that it's trying to do is to protect us. But sometimes with holding your hand so tight with anger, there's nothing that can go in this hand. It's like, it's so tight, it's resisting, it's unyielding in a not good way, and it's so tense. And you know, have you ever held something? Okay, so like when I go to the store, right, I'll be like holding something, like, sometimes I know I should have gotten a cart, but I didn't get a cart, and I knew I should have gotten a cart. And you're like holding things, and then you get to the register and you set it down, and you don't realize, but you're like, oh man, my arm is a little sore. Or, you know, just from that stiff, rigid motion of like, I'm holding something, or whether it's food items or clothing. Sometimes those hangers will get you though. You holding a bunch of hangers and you don't have a buggy. But like relating that to you holding on to something, you can hurt yourself. So it hurts sometimes when you don't realize it either too. That's the whole beauty of healing. You don't feel that pain or you don't feel that hurt until you release something, right? Because you're holding the hangers or you're holding the item and you're like, oh, I think my arm hurts a little bit, you know. But it's like, okay, whatever, you 30 more minutes in the store, right? And then you set it down, or you're checking out and now you're done, and now it's like you've released the thing. But what we don't prepare for is there can be a little bit of pain when you release the thing, right? Because the memory is keep it like that. Even though that's what was hurting you, keep it like that. But when you grow, right, and you let your arm down, it hurts. It hurts to be in the correct way, which is your arm goes down. That's the correct way for your arm to be. But it hurts at first because you've been doing it a different way. Your arm was not meant to be bent like that for an hour and a half in a store. It wasn't meant to do that. So when you do straighten it out, and it's correct, but it hurts. It hurts now. And that's that healing journey that we have to embrace and accept, because it hurts sometimes to do something how it was meant to be done, or to let something be how it's meant to be, which is sometimes it can hurt to let go. Sometimes it can hurt to forgive, because you felt justified. You felt sure of this way of doing it, right? You felt confident in it, and you had a right to be like that. And now you set it down, and your arm hurts, your hand hurts from the hangers. It hurts, but it's like, I let the weight go, I put it down. Why does it hurt? It hurts because you have to go through the process of letting that air out, let that release. Let it relax. Let the muscle relax. It's tense. That forgiveness arm, you haven't exercised that muscle. That forgiveness muscle, you haven't exercised that. It hurts. It's not comfortable right now, because this has been you. You've been this. So you have to let that arm, let that hand, let it relax. And you know what? Sometimes there's things that can support you, right? So you got another hand, right? Go ahead and relax where those hangers were. You got another hand. Go ahead and massage where those items were pressing into your skin, hurting you when you felt it was justified and you felt you were vindicated doing that. Go ahead and get some support. there's ways we can get support that represent this, this hand that can come to help relieve some of that pain. Sometimes we can prevent ourselves from embracing this lightened, easier, less burdensome, less difficult way of life, because it's not what we were accustomed to, and it doesn't feel good right now. It doesn't feel good when you first set that thing down. It doesn't feel good, but it's good for you. But it's the first step, but it's a start, and you really have to have an awareness of what the process looks like. Otherwise, you're gonna turn back. You're gonna go pick that thing back up. You're gonna walk around the store for 2 more hours. I don't know what's gonna happen to you at that point, but you're gonna turn around and retreat and and hold yourself back as you've been accustomed to doing, because it's comfortable. It hurts a little bit when I pick it back up, but eventually it'll go numb. It'll go numb eventually, And it's like, is that what you want? Don't you want your arms to swing freely and be light and not have any pain? Well, that's going to take some steps. Step 1, uncomfortable. Step 1, I'm uncomfortable. That's step 1. And when you can embrace, well, not just when you can embrace it, when you know what step 1 is, then you can endure it. Imagine, something in life, just happens to you, right? But let's say what something's going to be. You're better able to prepare for it and endure it. Now, in life, I don't know how life would be if we all knew what every day of our life would be. Every single thing that we're going to go through. But how much more beneficial could it be if you know what later today might bring? You might be like, okay, I can better prepare for that. I can adjust for that. If I know what later today is going to bring, okay. Yeah, I can do that. So I think it's important to note that we can hold ourselves back. We can be our worst enemy sometimes. We can stifle our growth. We can be that obstacle on our journey for ourselves. We can be our own obstacle. But knowing that you want to have a better life, knowing that I want to have a better life, let's just heal. Let's just heal. And we know that in healing, right? Because I talked about this before. In healing, things are going to get uncomfortable. Just like with the natural injury, like a physical injury, like things are going to get uncomfortable. Physical therapy hurts. Have you ever been to physical therapy? It hurts. But what's the objective of physical therapy? To help that part of your body heal, recover properly, return to the normal way of functioning. Have you seen somebody that has healed incorrectly? They might be healed, but there's a residual showing, or a residue of you didn't do it properly. Yeah, your leg is healed, but you walk a certain way now. And of course, some things are, unavoidable. It's like, it's healed, and you went through the therapy, and they're like, hey, we're going to get you 80% back to your normal walking structure, your normal walking, walking gait, or whatever the terminology is. But then there's some people where, because they were stubborn, it didn't heal properly. It's healed. It didn't heal properly, and now there's an evidence that you maybe didn't go through the proper way of doing something by how you now carry yourself. Now I can see that maybe you didn't take all the appropriate steps, and it shows. You were stubborn. Maybe they said you need 22 sessions of physical therapy, and session 2 hurt, and you never went back. I am speaking from experience. We get instructions sometimes in life, and we cherry pick what we're going to do because it's comfortable, it's convenient. Sometimes some things are some things are financial as well, and so we make our choices and we accept it. Sometimes it's out of our control, but there are some times where genuinely you cherry picked what you wanted to do. You chose what you wanted to listen to, what you didn't want to listen to, whose advice you gonna take, whose advice you not gonna take. I don't think they right. Somebody has a degree in something and you don't think they right. And I'm not saying they're always 100%, but sometimes people are trained in things and they know what they're talking about. Second opinions are a thing. You definitely sometimes get second and third, but at a certain point, there's some stubbornness there, if we're being honest. At a certain point, somebody can say, you're just being stubborn. You're genuinely just being stubborn, and that's true. Sometimes we are just being stubborn and we get what we get and we don't throw a fit. Sometimes that's how life is. But what we get to control is ourselves. That's what we get to control. Empowering yourself with that knowledge that you can control yourself. Because there's people that don't even know that. There are people that don't even know that they control themselves. Honestly. They just let whatever happens happen. That's just how it is. So just you knowing that and me knowing that I can control myself. In this unique situation, in this wonderful situation, in this unfortunate situation, I can control myself. And understanding that you control you. Nobody else controls you, and you don't control anybody else. That's how life is. Some people do have ability to manipulate people, but that has its time, and it has its consequences as well. So, going through life knowing that we control ourselves, I think is a very liberating and empowering thing. I think it's important for us to know that I'm going to put the quote, your past does not define you, but your choices today do. The choices that I make today, that's what defines me. But I feel like I have gone on and on about letting go. Stop holding yourself back. Don't hold yourself back. So, if you have not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Please share this video. If you got anything, if you're thinking of someone, if someone came to your mind while you were watching it, send it to them. You just share the little link and send it to them. I think it'll let you like text it or whatever else, so you can put it on another platform. You can re-listen to this. If you got any nuggets, please share them in the comments. Sometimes I'm just talking and I don't know what I've said. So if there's anything that resonated with you, definitely put that in the comments. And I really like reading the comments. Anyways, I didn't say it, but on this channel we do talk about going through life, everyday life, no matter who you are, as best as we can, because school does not teach you this. You're not taught this in school. This is one of those things where we are building the road as we walk. Let's leave blueprints, some instructions, something. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.